And now for a Next News special report.
Some breaking news. Julian Assange, the man who shook governments with WikiLeaks, is free. But here's the kicker. He's shelling out $500,000 to avoid American soil. Why? What's he hiding from? And what's waiting for him on a remote Pacific island? This story's got more twists than a spy thriller, folks, so stick around for our exclusive report, and trust me, you don't want to miss our final thought on how this could change everything you think you know about freedom of information. Now, folks, let's talk about protecting your assets in these uncertain times. Just as Assange is seeking refuge on a remote island, you might want to consider a safe haven for your wealth. Gold prices have soared past $2,400 an ounce this year, and it's not because gold's getting pricier, it's because our dollar's getting weaker. While Assange is making headlines, smart Americans are turning to precious metals. Call Global Gold Investments at 888-700-4148 for your free 2024 Insure Your Money Wealth Preservation Guide. And they're offering a free 5-year IRA fee waiver program on qualified rollovers. Don't wait. Call that number on the screen, 888-700-4148. Right now, operators are standing by. Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks founder, who has been a thorn in the side of governments worldwide, is finally, thank God, out of prison. But don't expect to see him strolling down Main Street, USA anytime soon. He's taking an expensive detour to avoid American soil. And we're talking big bucks here, $500,000 for a flight to a remote Pacific island. So why is he going to such lengths? Well, it's all part of a plea deal that's as surprising as it is controversial. He's agreed to plead guilty to one count of conspiracy to obtain and disclose national defense information. In return, he's getting his freedom. Well, sort of. Watch.
Well, let's get back to our breaking news. This is the Fox News alert. The U.S. government has entered into a plea deal with WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Fox News senior national correspondent Kevin Cork has more details. Kevin.
Evening, Kaylee. Assange had faced 18 counts from a 2019 indictment for his alleged role in a breach. And that, of course, carried a maximum of up to 175 years in prison. Now, you'll recall Assange was being pursued by U.S. authorities for publishing confidential records supplied by former Army intel analyst Chelsea Manning. That happened back in 2010 and 2011. U.S. officials allege that Assange goaded him or them into obtaining thousands of pages of unfiltered U.S. diplomatic cables that potentially endanger confidential sources. The material also apparently included U.S.-Iraq war-related activity reports and information related to Guantanamo Bay detainees. But tonight, Assange has agreed to plead guilty to a felony charge. And as part of a deal with the DOJ, he will avoid imprisonment here in the U.S. Now, under this new deal, DOJ prosecutors will seek a 62-month sentence, which is equal to the amount of time that Assange has already served in London, allowing him to immediately return to his native country of Australia. Now, this deal still has to be approved by a judge, a federal judge, but it would appear tonight that Julian Assange may be on his way home. Kaylee.
Interestingly, coming after just a few weeks ago, President Trump said he would consider pardoning Assange, and then we get this.
I said the exact same thing. Yeah. They're getting this done this week. I think they've been working on it, but this is a bit of taking a little steam out of the former president's sails, perhaps, by the Biden administration. But by any measure, it's a very big day for Julian Assange.
Great minds think alike. Kevin, thank you.
That's right, folks. Assange is heading to Saipan, a U.S. territory in the Northern Mariana Islands. It's about as far from the mainland as you can get while technically being on the U.S. soil. Smart move or a desperate dodge? You be the judge. Now, let's break this down. Assange spent years holed up in Ecuador's London embassy, then got thrown in a British prison, all to avoid facing charges in the U.S. Now he's cutting a deal, but he's still not setting foot on American turf. So what's he afraid of? Some say he's a hero for exposing government secrets. Others call him a traitor who put American lives at risk. But love him or hate him, you can't deny Assange knows how to make waves. Now, his wife, Stella, she is over the moon. She told reporters that I am elated. Frankly, it's just incredible. It feels like it's not real, but she's also planning a fundraiser. Turns out freedom doesn't come cheap when you are chartering a flight across the world. Now, there's Assange, folks, looking like he's on his way to a tropical vacation, but This is no holiday. He's expected in court on Wednesday to make his plea deal. Then, if all goes according to plan, he will be free to head back to Australia. But here's the million-dollar question, or should I say $500,000 question. What does this mean for the future of whistleblowing, for press freedom, for national security? Assange's supporters say he's a journalist who exposed war crimes. The government says he's a hacker who endangered lives. One thing is for sure, this is not over. Now, Assange's wife says that they will seek a pardon next, and you can bet there'll be plenty of people on both sides of the aisle with very strong opinions about that. So what's the takeaway here? Is this a victory for transparency or a dangerous precedent? Is Assange a free speech martyr or a fugitive from justice? And what does this say about our country, that he's willing to spend a fortune just to avoid stepping on our soil? If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Look, folks, this Assange saga isn't just about one man or a website. It's about what kind of country we want to be. Do we value transparency over security? Free press over government control? These are questions we can't ignore. Assange's deal might end his legal battle, but it opens up a whole new can of worms for our republic. We need to think hard about where we draw the line between exposing wrongdoing and endangering lives. The future might just depend on it.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.